These people can't learn the lesson no matter how many times we teach it. Alexandria, Hilltop, Kingdom, these garbage rats, they're not seeming to understand the situation, not one little bit. That means the other 38 that the Hilltop are holding are from the satellite outpost. Those are my people. I'm gonna kill every last one of those farmers.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we have an exciting video for you. We're bringing back Simon from the fold. And who was the better villain, Negan or Simon?
So yeah, guys, this article was from Screen Rant. It is a very interesting topic. It's one that we didn't actually think of. And so we're basically going off this article to what the writer thinks is the better villain. He believes Simon is the better villain. So we're going to go into why he feels that way and our thoughts on if he is actually correct and if we agree with him a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember, Simon's played by Stephen Ogg, and most of you probably know him as Trevor from Grand Theft Auto. He's been in tons of stuff. He's in Westworld. He does a lot of things. A very interesting number 2 to Negan. We learned more and more with him as the season went on. And we learned that he is just one diabolical killer. Yep. He is insane. And we found out later on that, of course, Simon did wipe out the entire men and boys of Oceanside. And even Negan called that psychotic shit and the work of a demented, broken goddamn ghoul. Yeah. And so if we're thinking about the psychological things of things, so like Negan, he's diabolical. He's ruthless. But he has rules, and he sees people as resources. Yeah. And he won't do things that he feels will take resources away from people, but he will punish them if they need to be punished.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we're talking about rules, well, first of all, let's talk about punishment. I mean, he opens up with just completely bashing the heads of 2 of our favorite characters, Abraham and Glenn, and when you see that immediately, like as a fan of Glenn and Abraham, you're like, that's it. This dude needs to die for what he's done, and that makes him that vaulted him up into villain status. But if you take a step back and actually think about that one moment, let's dissect that moment for a second. Our survivor group literally attacked him first. Mm-hmm. Attacked him first. Mm-hmm. Now, it didn't go down like that in the source material, but we're talking about the show here.
Right.
So to Negan, I mean, what they killed 20-some saviors?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
At least. Uh-huh. Okay. So if you're thinking about it like that, I mean, Negan was simply just showing his men, like, look, I'm not going to stand for our men getting killed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, another rule that he does is he burns the side of the face of someone that lies or doesn't follow his orders.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's brutal.
It's brutal.
That's brutal. But that person's alive.
But is it killing an entire community brutal?
No.
Absolutely not.
And not just the entire... I mean, Simon is unpredictable. So, I mean, Negan has gotten on Simon. Once he figured that out, that Simon did that, he fucking hated it. But another thing that Simon did, which I do not believe was at the orders of Negan, is he wiped out all the scavengers.
Yeah.
Bullshit!
All of Jadis's people.
It was not at the orders of Negan.
He was supposed to go there.
He was hiding that from Negan.
He hid that from Negan. So Simon is just unpredictable. And even when Negan was, suspected dead or lost, and Simon took over the Saviors, oh man, he was going to go to Hilltop and actually just burn that thing to the ground.
Yeah, he almost wiped out Hilltop.
He almost did.
And as a matter of fact, and I didn't know this after, but, I found this out reading the article. I must have completely missed it. But before Negan met up with Simon, they were at a library that they had just got finished wiping out people in that library, in that community as well.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I didn't know that. So this guy literally goes from community to community, just wiping people off the freaking map.
It's insane.
That's insane.
And that's why this writer believes that Simon is the better villain, because of how unpredictable Simon is. He has no rules. If he sees a threat, he's going to act and take it out.
Yeah.
Rather than Negan seeing that threat, devising a good plan to figure out how he can take it down without a lot of bloodshed, taking resources, but if he has to take them out, he will. But that's not his first instinct.
Yeah.
You know, Negan, yes, he was going after Rick and everything because Rick was going after him. And he just wanted a war because he's like, you know what? I'm done dicking around. Let's just get it done. Simon, on the other hand, you mess with Simon, he's just going to grab a crew quietly in the night, go out and just take you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without blinking an eye.
You know, we talked about this off camera, but, you know, I posed the same question for our viewers in a couple of scenarios, actually. The Carl scenario, when Carl busted out of the truck and mowed down a couple of Negan's men with the freaking AK, the AR. Would Simon have handled that differently? I absolutely think so. You mentioned that Simon would have done what?
So I kind of mentioned like, so I do agree with you because Josh believes that Simon would have just killed Carl right on the spot. For me, I think Simon would have taken a little bit of Negan, used Carl for a specific weird diabolical purpose to maybe lure people in and then wipe them all out. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't be surprised if Simon would have just killed him right then and there and then like send Carl's head back or something.
Another example I want to use is the second lineup in Alexandria. You think that he would have just killed Carl in that scenario? Rick having betrayed him again, Simon would have wiped out Alexandria.
He would have done it.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah. Or he would have, instead of like getting Carl, he would have figured out somebody else who's very important to Rick. And
I think he would have wiped out the entire place.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the second time that they had, and according to previous Simon, incidences, that doesn't go well.
I love Stephen Ogg, but I love that character.
That character was awesome.
Because when you first think about it, you're thinking like, okay, yes, we see Simon is very close to Negan. Then we also see Dwight is kind of in that role too. It's like, all right, so is Dwight the third guy, the second guy, who? And you kind of see the tug and pull with Negan, Simon, and Dwight. And I think, if I'm remembering right, some of the scenes where you see Dwight with Simon, it was after Negan was supposedly dead. You can see the fear in Dwight talking to Simon. Because Dwight knows
he knew
this dude is unhinged.
That this was different. This was going to be a different community. And
Dwight was scared. But he went along with it to play the part. But he knew that Simon would just...
I know we're talking about villain, but the only thing that I wish that would have went different with Simon is I wish that Rick would have got to him first rather than Negan. I wanted that revenge because when we opened up that season, our characters Glenn and Abraham getting killed off, they went through a whole night and there was Simon. He was front and center. He brought them in and says, "Okay, I'm going to need you to get down on your knees." Mm-hmm. I wanted that moment for Rick. That's the only thing. Yeah,
because he was Simon was also the one on the road where he was talking with Rick, and they had the guy who was trying to escape, and they were going to kill him. And it was just how funny he was. Like, this is just a normal day for him.
Yeah,
like I think
you should nonchalant.
It's going to be your last day on Earth. Like,
I just wanted that moment where Rick comes up to him and says, "I'm going to need you to get on your knees."
Oh, that would have been
Wouldn't that have been so freaking awesome? I think they did give that line to Dwight, or Rick or Daryl said it to Dwight, "Get down on your knees." They said, "Get down on your knees." But I wanted them to say the exact line that Simon said, "I'm going to need you to get down on your knees."
That would have been sick.
It would have been sick.
That would have been awesome. I mean... Yeah, like we said, I do believe with what he said. I do think, Simon would have been a better. Let me say this: he would have been a better villain if he would have stayed on. I know they wouldn't have had him take over, kill Negan or anything like that. Maybe in a different universe, in a multiverse, maybe he is. But you're just reading about the differences of how Negan is, knowing how brutal he is, to Simon. Yeah. Let me throw this one out there. Simon or the governor?
Ooh, that's rough. That is definitely.
It's kind of hard to do because Simon does not exist in the source material, and the governor we saw in the TV show was not the governor.
He was not the governor in the source material. And let me put this clearly: they would have not been able to do the governor in the source material on AMC.
We won't give any spoilers just in case, but the source material, he was.
That was a brutal. You could make an argument that he was more brutal than Negan.
Yes.
Source material. Even source material.
Even source material, yes. Yes, I agree. We love the governor, dude.
Yeah, but that was a wicked man.
Yeah, but I think in the show, I think probably personality-wise, they're close. Like, the governor in the show is crazy.
There was really no right-hand man for Negan in the source material, and that's what was so different about the show. I mean, you could make an argument Dwight was, but they didn't really make it seem like that. And when we met Simon, you're like, yeah, he's got right-hand man mentality right there.
Like, this dude wants to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And then you see him just go off on his own like that, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe he could be running the show.
Yeah. One thing I don't know if this makes me sound weird and, like wanting to see a flashback of the point to when he took out Oceanside.
Oceanside or the scavengers?
Oceanside. I mean, we saw him take out... We saw him take out the scavengers in a sense, but I think it would have been cool to see...
Oh, man, I don't know that. That'd be brutal.
Well, like, did he just go in there and take him out, or was he trying to talk to him first?
I think that, from what I gathered, I think that the women saw it go down, which means he lined them up, made them get on their knees.
He probably made them watch. Yeah. See, that's just...
That's something, I don't want to see.
I want to see it.
Jesus. Wow.
Hey, if we can see people's heads get bashed in and eyeballs getting popped out with a bat,
yeah, dude,
we can see some brutalness.
Those are families watching all of their men die.
If we can see somebody...
I'm okay seeing a couple husbands go.
If we can see somebody eating human flesh from cutting an arm off, we can see some more stuff. But
you sick monkey.
I know. Let us know in the comments, guys. Do you agree? Is Simon a better villain than Negan, just for the simple fact of how different they are and how diabolical and ruthless they could be? We definitely want to know in the comments. Make sure you smash the like button to show your support. We truly appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe, hit that bell, follow us at NocBro Nation on Twitter and Facebook. Stay tuned for more. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.